Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between ManoManolo and Robert on Dusk Towers. In the top right of Dusk Towers, we have the red Zerg player. It is ManoManolo. I think I'm saying that right. I might just call him Mono from this point on just to make it easier. And in the bottom left of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Zerg player being Robert. Easier to say for the American self. Alright, so I think these players are speaking Portuguese, just because it's not Spanish. I know that, it's not English, it's not an Asian language. I don't think it's French or German, or like Finnish or Swedish or anything like that. It's not an African language, I don't think. It looks, basically by process of elimination, very Portuguese-ish. So we'll see who these players are and how good they are on my particular channel. So it looks like ManoManolo represents TSC Pro with a really cool logo there. It's like a mountain lion with his claws out. Pretty great stuff. I appreciate that. Overlords are scouting for both of these players. And before we get started, just want to go ahead and make a quick plug for my store. At the end of my cast, I have been telling you there's a new store available for Falcon Paladin merchandise. It's just t-shirts right now. T-shirts that are Falcon Paladin specific, also StarCraft 2 specific, some really cool Game of Thrones mashups. Other ones that include phrases like, what is it, must build more pylons, or, gosh dang, I can't remember what they are, but either way, check them out. The link is at the end of the video in what's called the end slate, where that music plays and it says it's just for spoilers. Go ahead and wait for that this time and click on that store and see if there's anything that you want, or you want to get something for somebody that you know who also loves StarCraft. Again, would help me out if you're interested in doing that, and if not, don't worry, no pressure at all, but just thought I would let you know. Alright, so incredible conversation going on between Robert and Mono right now. They must be best friends, or they're discussing current events or something. Clan? Maybe Robert's not in a clan, perhaps Mono's trying to recruit him while they're talking? I don't know. Either way, spawning pool coming up right now. Just about to finish for Mono. It's already done over here for Robert. Nothing too crazy going on for both of these players. Their expansions are finishing. Pop, pop. And moving on to the point where things get interesting here in this ZVZ. Do we see roaches? Do we possibly see lurkers? Do we see Ling-Baneling battles? A lot of things can happen in Legacy of the Void ZVZs. I know a lot of people don't watch ZVZs on my channel, so encourage people to do so if you know anybody who's watching them, because I think they're good. I think they have a lot of potential to be very exciting. Spinecrawler coming up almost blind for Robert. I guess he does see these lings coming out as well. Prefers to use perhaps static defense to defend his base rather than lings of his own, which tells me he's probably teching up to something else. I don't know what it is. This queen, if she overextends, can kill this overlord, but if she goes too far, she might find herself trapped off creep and surrounded by lings and dying, and that's why Robert is backing out with that queen. So a couple lings moving out again. Mono is getting speed. It does not look like Robert is. So what is Robert doing? Baneling Nest. What? Why are you going? And a lair. Hold up, hold up. Oh, no, no, no. The Baneling Nest is Mono's. Never mind. The lings try to get a scout off. One ends up completely dead. The other one should die to this queen as well. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the inject might keep it alive. No, it stopped to attack and ended up dead anyway. Sorry, Ling. Not for you today. So it's going to be a hive as well. Oh, the hive is on the way for Robert. Does Mono have a hive? No, Mono's going Ling-Baneling here, it looks like, with speed. And the question is, can Robert hold it off before he goes for whatever he's going for? He's going for a lair. Is he just going Muta here? Getting a Roach Warren of his own. Roaches are a good answer to Ling-Baneling. They can absorb a lot of Baneling hits before they die. Zerglings as well melt pretty quickly before a large group of roaches. This Overlord is trying to scout for Robert, changing into, ooh, an Overseer, but will it die before it can morph? It looks like it is. Yeah, with two queens attacking it, and gets canceled, gets the refund back. And at this point, I think Mono needs to attack. Here it is, moving out with the lings, going to transfer some of those into Banelings, but the Overlord is scouting this huge swell of lings that are on the way. The Roach Warren is not ready yet for Robert. I don't know how he holds this, unless it's just he tries to block it with queens and use the Spinecrawler and just buy time until the roaches can get out. Yes, 5 roaches on the way. The lings almost kill that creep trooper, but not quite. Can't get up the ramp either. The queens slashing away, hacking it away at them with, what do they call their talons? Yes, chickens have sharp talons. So the Lings and the Banelings sitting outside the front door. 9 roaches on the way. Glial Reconstitution on the way. I think Robert can hold this. I really think he can. Third base, however, for Mono, he's not all-inning with this. The Banelings are going to try to get through these queens. And, oh, clutch transfuses there by Robert. Wow, keeping all those queens alive. I really think 1 or 2 of them could have died, except for those transfuses. And now, do they leave the door wide open? They kind of do. Oh, boy, get it. Oh, comes up just at the last second. The roaches close that door. Man, Robert is playing with fire here. I don't know if he was trying to bait Mono into the base or not, but look at this. Robert's up 41 to 32 total harvesters. He does have a lair. He has roaches. He has +1 attack on the way for those missiles that the roaches have. I still think it's anybody's game right now. That third hatch for Mono is massive. At this point, he does have a lair of his own and a roach warren of his own. He's trying to keep Robert on 2 bases as long as he can. Robert can't really move out because if he does, the Lings will come in and kill him. He needs a way to get rid of these Lings or at least them force them back home. But I don't know what the answer is. Robert is actually getting a Hydralisk Den, which is useful. Oh man, the roaches are leaving. No, they're not. They want to kill these Lings. The Lings are trying to get around and get into the main base. They're going to try to do it, and they do. They slip right past. Go immediately for this natural base. Kill the queen. The roaches are desperately trying to destroy them. They're trying to escape, but they can't. Lings are low on health, taking pokes from spines, just trying to get some scouts off. And good micro here by Robert, not allowing them to escape and cleaning up the entire group now. He should take his third. He absolutely should take his third base at this point because he needs it to keep up with what's coming out from ManoManolo. He is throwing down spines against this roach army he thinks is coming, but I think Robert's a little bit too intimidated to move out. He is continuing to make roaches. He has hydras on the way. Maybe he's waiting for those. He's getting muscular augments to allow the Hydralisks to run faster and shoot farther, even off creep. That third base is on the way, but again, it is so late. 39 to 39 total harvesters right now lost. We show 36 Lings have died for Mono and only 1 Baneling. It doesn't really count, I think, if they suicide on purpose as a lost Baneling, and just 1 queen. What the what? Robert has lost a single queen this game. That's crazy. That was it? Okay, his control has been almost insane. This Hydralisk killing overlords, hopefully trying to supply block Mono, and he does. He supply blocks him a little bit here. The roaches do have +1 attack. This is as good a time as any to move out, I guess. This is a pretty intense CBZ. Here come the roaches moving up, and this roach count I think is a lot higher for Robert. Is there +1? No upgrades whatsoever for Mono's roaches. Moving back to the safety of the spines. The spines are poking away at the same time. More reinforcements coming from down the ramp. More Hydras, though. The Hydras are going to provide a lot of DPS that is so necessary for Robert to win this fight, forcing a retreat from Mono, and this base has been completely capitulated. He lost his third base entirely. It is up to Mono to take a stand at the top of his ramp and hopefully win the game, but I really don't know. These Hydras have +1 attack, which means they do 13 damage, which is a lot considering their weapon speed. These roaches pop out. They try to get to the safety of their friends. One of them ends up dead, but the other 2 do manage to escape up there. The base falls. Broodlings try to come in and kill stuff, but they can't because they're just Broodlings. Everybody knows that. And now it's 2 base to 3 base. The tides have flipped. The tides have turned. Trying to kill these eggs coming from the backside, actually catching Robert by surprise just a little bit here, and trying to do some micro. Getting a nice concave is Mono. The Hydralisk in the back still doing a lot of damage though, and trying to focus down individual roaches here. It looks like good micro here as well for Robert, but I think the reinforcements are just too much. His own Hydras come from the backside, and they do manage to get a flank and force another retreat from Robert, canceling that third base. I don't think he needs to go up this ramp, but he's going to anyway, coming right on in, chasing after overlords, trying to supply block the other Zerg player, and nope, he wasn't quite able to do it. But again, standing here, Hydras against roaches, not usually a great fight, just because Hydras are so weak. They need tanks tanking for them. They need roaches tanking for them. Here we come again, moving up is Mono. He has +1 attack of his own now, and again, the Hydras hit really hard, but they are just glass cannons, and there it is. Mono manages to somehow, some way, repel that attack. He's burrowing to regenerate his health more quickly, but again, this third base is up for Robert. It's 45 to 33 harvesters right now for Robert, looking very strong indeed. Third base being replanted. Infestation Pit coming up for Robert, as well as an Evolution Chamber. Both players getting their +2 missile attack. Roberts is way ahead of his opponents. Overseer on the way for Mono as well. So moving around, units lost tab. 25 roaches have died for Robert. 39 roaches for Mono, though. Yahoo, as well as 48 Lings. 19 Hydras, though, have fallen for the Blue Zerg player. Coming in again, our Roach is getting scouted by Robert's Overlords. Amazing placement here by Robert. Creep spread looking pretty good too. Not the best I've ever seen, but pretty fantastic. 4 spines, Roaches and Hydras at the top of this ramp. Do not come up here, Mono. It is such a bad idea, and he's actually retreating, backing out. I'm not sure why. I don't think he could see this intimidating sight here, but I don't know. Whatever. Oversaturated here. Probably should transfer some drones away if he is smart enough. Inject's not looking that fantastic for Robert right now. APM is about 150, 160. Standard as well for, I think this is about a Masters League game. Alright, so a bit of a breathing time here. Both players are just kind of hanging out. Getting upgrades. Oh, getting pathogen glands actually for his infestors. So they start out with more energy. Is Robert actually going infestor? He is actually creating infestors. Also a +1 ground carapace here. Exactly what he needs. Roach Hydra Infestor Army. So not very Legacy of the Void-ish. Definitely not, actually. But maybe somebody will make some lurkers. That'd be great. Maybe make some of those Hydras that you have access to into lurkers. Robert, you can do it. I believe in you. Looks like he's pretty happy with this composition, but still pretty fun stuff. Any Zerg game that goes beyond like the first initial Ling Bling stage can turn into a lot of fun things, in my estimation. Overlord scouting for Robert, just making sure there are no bases being taken he's unaware of. But yeah, Mono is basically stuck on these 3. 4th base now being planted by Robert. Are there gold bases on this map? Yes, looks like on the far corners there are. A little bit difficult to get to. I think it's short by air, but I think you have to walk all the way around there and kill this debris and then take the gold base. Man, that's hard for Zerg players. Actually quite difficult. Queen coming in to inject, and she has enough energy to do so now. This one definitely does. One of you inject. Oh, Queens, why aren't you injecting? I don't know. Hydra's chasing away that Overseer. The army is coming. It's 179 to 111 total supply. Robert has bided his time long enough. And I thought he was going to move out, but no, I think he's going to wait for this base to pop and then possibly move out. He doesn't want to Ling counterattack or run by just to completely destroy him. That would be a sad day indeed. Singing along with the soundtrack, everybody. Hope you like the music. I think I do. I think it can add to the ambiance here just a little bit. And 4th base now coming up as well for Mono. If Robert is not careful, he's going to let Mono get his own max army. Yeah, he needs to move out, and he is. He has +2 attack, +1 armor for all of these Roaches and Hydralisks, pushing up towards the enemy's base, getting a hive, as well as +2 carapace upgrades. And again, this is just a scary sight to see. The infestors as well, just going to play so much utility. I think possibly with some fungal growth, some infested Terrans would be good. This base needs to be canceled. Oh, I don't think it was canceled. No, it was not. And now, here comes the moment. Who's going to win this one? Coming into an effective place. Fungal growth actually being thrown down on both of these players. Both players have infestors. Infested Terrans popping out to shoot their little guns at everything, getting hacked down by spine crawlers and hydras. And that's it. ManoManolo calls the GG is defeated, and Robert was victorious. So, yeah, pretty intense early game there. I mean, oh man, I've never seen... Okay, I have rarely seen as clutch plays as we saw there from Robert. Being able to transfuse on those queens when the banelings rolled up and keep them alive. That was one. And then throwing down the Roach close wall to hold the lings, to keep them from getting inside his base. The lings were loose inside his natural. He lost a queen. And that was it. And then cleaned them up. It was so precise. So fantastic. Just great, great, great stuff indeed. All right, so this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another Daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, enjoy the music at the end of the cast, and visit my store, and you take care of yourself.